FoxSports.com's NBA draft coverage. He's Marques Johnson. I'm John Crispin. And we can't go through the NBA draft, through the first round, through the second round, without talking about winners and losers. Who in your mind walks away from this draft feeling like we did a good job, we're ready for next season, we built a team that we can put on the floor right away, guys that can play right away, guys that can be an impact?
Well, this is a tough draft to analyze because of all the movement. Yeah. Tremendous amount of movement in this draft. But I think for me, the winner is the Minnesota Timberwolves. Shabazz Muhammad, I think is going to be a solid player in the NBA. Not an all-star maybe, but a guy that's going to give you 15 to 18 points a game once he gets his feet wet, gets acclimated.
That's not bad.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. And then Gorky Jang, also with the long wingspan, 6'10", shot blocker, who's improved his perimeter skills, not only shooting the basketball, but passing the basketball. I think with the young talent that the Timberwolves have, you add those two guys into the mix, Timberwolves, definitely a winner.
Yeah, especially with Gorky Jang playing for such a good coach.
Yeah.
Very coachable guy. He's really developed his game over the past couple of years. But I look at the Philadelphia 76ers, and it's not just because I'm from South Jersey, Philadelphia area. I like what they did. I mean, they traded Drew Holiday, a guy that Philly fans really like, but you bring in Nerlens Noel, and then you get a young Michael Carter-Williams, who I think is NBA ready. Maybe not physically, but skill-wise. He's got the skill set, and he handles the ball very well. He's got the poise of a senior in a young kid's body. So I like what Philly did. I'm happy with the movement. I think it puts a little pressure on Andrew Bynum. I mean, I don't know what they're saying about him. Is he gone? Can they rely on him? You bring in Nerlens Noel with the knee injury. I think they've got faith that this is a guy that they can build around.
Can Michael Carter-Williams supplant Drew Holiday? You think that's
a tough one. That's a tough one because, like I said, in Philadelphia, the fan base has really grown to like Drew Holiday. He's really taken over as a leader of this team. So to send him on his way and bring in a young kid, big shoes to fill. But, I think they did a good job.
Yeah, sure.
But you talk about the losers. Who's your biggest loser in this draft?
And that's always hard to put the onus on a team. You look at what Cleveland did. I wasn't crazy about Anthony Bennett as the #1 pick and then rushing at number 19, big question mark. But I'm going to go with the LA Clippers just because they picked Reggie Bullock, North Carolina, 6'7" shooter. But they also had a chance to pick a local kid in Alan Crabb, right down the street, put him into the mix. I think the PR would have been great. Not that they needed with Doc Rivers and Chris Paul and everything happening with this team, but to take a local kid from the Pac-12 who played as well as Crabb played this year in this conference, the Conference Player of the Year, and to pass on him. Crabb playing for Portland could make them regret that move in years to come.
I agree. I mean, he did a great job in the Pac-12. We saw a number of Pac-12 guys come off the board. But when I look at this draft, I see the Boston Celtics, and it's not just because of the trade. I mean, even without the trade, if you leave KG in place, leave Paul Pierce and Jason Terry in place, all you got was Kelly Olynyk. And that was a trade from a high pick. I mean, it's just a bit of a surprise to me because Kelly Olynyk's not the kind of guy you can build around either. So when you bring Kelly Olynyk in, you get rid of all your veterans and your stars and Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. What is Kelly Olynyk really going to provide? And he's not a guy you can build around. So I wonder the reasoning behind it. But clearly, Boston's just emptying the shelves. And they're going to put bodies in.
And it puts even more pressure on Kelly Olynyk. You mentioned you having Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce in the fold with Kelly Olynyk. Now you can bring him along just a little slower. Now his development has got to be expedited. He's got to come in, hit the ground running, or else he could get some backlash from the fans there, and that'll hurt his confidence.
You tell me Boston doesn't have patience? Boston, a city of championships, they don't have the patience. Look for Boston to rebuild quickly. Winners and losers of the draft. I like my Philly guys. Come on.
I'll roll with Philly. I'll roll with Philly.
Good draft, 2013.